Introducing the all-new redesigned Sentry Series by Outdoor Warning Systems of America, O.W.S.A. Siren 1. Each square equals 2 inches scaled. Sentry type T2. Decibels at 100 feet, 103. Port ratio, 8. Volts, 240. Horsepower, 2. Rotor, 12 inches in diameter, 5 inches tall. Type omnidirectional. Use, small towns, public parks, outdoor facilities. Mount, pole or roof. Motor, electric type. Here are the vents for the motor, a lift hook. Here is the shroud for the chopper, right here, the intake, focus cone, legs, mount, pole. Page 1. Page 2. Each square equals 2 inches scaled. The Sentry type 4C, type 4 coded toned. Sentry T4CT. Decibels at 100 feet, 106. Port 812. Volt 250. Horsepower 4. Rotor 12 inches diameter, 6 inches tall. Type omnidirectional. Use, small towns, public parks, outdoor facilities. Mount, pole or roof. Motor electric. Vents, lift hook, chopper, cone, solenoid, housing box, damper, intake, sound cone, intake cone, pole, mount, legs. Page 3. Each square equals 2 inches scaled. The Sentry type 5 toned T5T. Decibels at 100 feet, 110. Port 510. Volt 280. Horsepower 5. Rotor 14 inches diameter, 6 inches tall. Type omnidirectional. Use, small towns, public parks, outdoor facilities. Mount, pole or roof. Motor electric. Pole, mount, intake cone, legs, intake, chopper, shroud, small diffusion disc, vents, lift hook, motor, Page 4. Each square equals 2 inches scaled. Sentry type 7 rotational, toned or single. Sentry T7R T. Decibels at 100 feet, 112. Port 16 or 612. Volt 360. Horsepower 7. Rotor 14 inches diameter, 4 inches tall. Type rotational. Use, small towns, public parks, outdoor facilities. Mount, pole or roof. Motor electric. Rotational RPMs 3.5. Projector cone, intake, motor, housing, collector rings, chain drive, 60-to-1 gear reducer, motor, mount, stand, mount, pole. Page 5. Each square equals 2 inches scaled. Sentry Little Giant 500 toned coded rotational. Sentry Little Giant 500 TCR. Decibels at 100 feet 117. Port 1214. Volt 360. Horsepower 10. Rotor 16-inch diameter, 3 inches deep, tall. Type rotational. Use summon volunteer firefighters. Normal outdoor warning sirens for small towns, public parks, or outdoor facilities. Motor electric. Mount pole or roof. Rotational RPMs 4. Intake damper solenoid box. Same here. Motor top shroud. 3 collector rings for motor, damper, and damper. Rotational motor, 60-to-1 gear reducer, chain drive, stand, mount, pole. Horn, spaced drive, not direct drive between the motor and chopper with space. 3 inches tall means if the chopper was flipped, was laying on its bottom. It is sticking off the ground 3 inches or deep. Page 6. Each square equals 2 inches scaled. Sentry Little Giant 500 T toned. Decibels at 100 feet 116. Port 311. Volts 360. Horsepower 15. Rotor 16-inch diameter, 3 inches deep. Type omnidirectional. Use summon volunteer firefighters, small towns, public parks, outdoor facilities. Mount pole or roof. Motor electric. Intake projector horn, chopper, motor 1-inch spaced drive, stand, mount pole. Lastly, each square equals 2 inches scaled. The Sentry Little Giant 500. Decibels at 100 feet 115. Port 1111. Volt 11. Volt. Volt 360. Horsepower 9. Rotor 16-inch diameter, 3 inches deep. Type omnidirectional. Use summon volunteer firefighters, small towns, public parks, outdoor facilities. Mount pole or roof. Motor electric. Intake horn, projector horn, chopper, motor space drive, motor shroud, stand, mount, pole. Info on the Sentry Series. Mounts must be properly secured on pole. Sirens should be properly secured on mount as well. Lack of maintenance can damage siren. Keep the chopper ports, intake, and motor housing clear of debris. If new parts are needed, call the supplier. Copyright Daniel Joseph Holland, founder of O.W.S.A. 2023, March 4th. Harm/injury or death can occur from misuse. Failure to comply to safety regulations will not be held accountable by the supplier. Do not overpower or underpower the siren to prevent damage. O.W.S.A. Outdoor Warning Systems of America.